Nothing happening here. What happened? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. See here. So what Sairam is asking the question. Okay, the question Sairam is asking is what happened today? Yeah. So suppose this is the receiver application, right? Okay. So the question here is source application is sending some message. It is coming to CPI. From CPI, it undergoes from some logic transformation. After that, CPI has to send it to the receiver. Okay. Assume for any reason this connection is broken. Connection is broken means maybe this target system is down. It is not available. Got it? What do you mean by target system is down? So one simple example, guys, you might have observed this Amazon, Flipkart. I am taking this example only because many of people Okay, so during Big Billion Days or some years back, I think they used to say because of so many people trying to log in, Amazon crashed or Flipkart crashed. Okay, so when something happens, so as a user like us, you or me will not be able to log in and book an order. Okay, system is crashed, the server is crashed, system is down. That kind of situation we say the system is down. Okay, so when such situation happens, right, nobody will be able to log in, nobody will be able to send the data to that. Okay, so it will fail. So in our system itself, it will fail saying the receiver is not available. So the HTTP code for it is, when system is not available, usually the HTTP code would be where we maintained here HTTP codes. So 503, usually 503 service not available. This error we will get. So when we get this error, we should understand the target system is down for some of the reasons, any of the reason. Okay. So in that case, what happens? In that case, what happens? Message will fail in CPI. Okay, message will fail in CPI. You will see in the monitor. You will see in the monitor messages in failed state. Okay. So now the question is, okay, now the question is, so the developers from receiver application side, they will work on it. They will work and they will fix the issue and the bring system into working mode. Okay. System, they will bring it up. So we use the term called they bring it up. Okay, bring it up the system and it functions as expected. Okay, so now whatever the previously failed message, because receiver system is not available, some messages failed in CPI. So now how should I send that message to CPI, receiver again? Is there any option in CPI to resend this particular message? That is the question. Okay, to resend this particular message. Okay, so the answer is, single word answer is no. Okay, single word answer is no. So why? Because CPI application itself, it has not provided, SAP has not provided that feature of resending any failed message. Okay, see, this is the monitoring page. You do not see anywhere resend button. So if you click on this, anywhere resend button will not be there. They haven't provided the resend functionality by default. Okay. Now the question arises, okay, SAP has not provided any functionality. Okay. So is there a way that we can do something so that we can resend a message? Okay. This is called customization. Can we do any sort of customization to resend a message? Yes. Okay. So there is something, some framework we can do to resend a message. So what is that framework and all? I will discuss after, after some days in the course. Okay. 1 minute, guys. Hello, sorry. So, yeah, Sairam, did I answer your question?
Yeah, yes, Praveen.
Yeah. So, have you
But
worked
how
in
to achieve
PIPO?
that? Yeah, I'm currently working as a PO consultant.
Okay, okay. So, there is something called JMS mechanism. Okay, we'll discuss that
Okay,
down the course. Okay.
sure. Thank you.
Okay. So, yeah. So, anyone else? Any questions? Question number 1 is over. So, please ask if you have any questions, any doubts. Please, guys, please ask any questions. Okay. If no questions, let's start today's class. So in previous class, we discussed how to trigger a message from SOAP UI application, right? So how many of you tried that? How many of you tried that? So today we'll discuss that what is WSDL. WSDL means Web Service Description Language. Okay. So Web Service Description Language, what does it mean? What does it mean? So if I open SOAP UI, and yesterday the iFlow we designed, right? So you go to monitor and open your iFlow. So this is the iFlow which is deployed, correct? Right? So we have selected sender side adapter as a SOAP. Okay, SOAP for this iFlow. Okay, for this iFlow, SOAP as a sender. So and then we deployed the iFlow. We came to this manage integration content page. Here it is showing that this is the endpoint generated for that iFlow. And there is something called WSDL. Okay. So this WSDL, what we did? This WSDL we downloaded, right? We downloaded and opened the SOAP UI application. Okay. So and we have uploaded this WSDL file in the SOAP UI. Am I right? We have uploaded this in the SOAP UI. Okay. So after uploading in the SOAP UI, what happened? What happened, guys? After uploading in the SOAP UI, what happened? What happened after uploading in the SOAP UI? What happened? So it has shown some kind of data here like this. See, this is actually I have given. I mean, in one of the so this is how it opened up. Okay, so I have created some project like this and uploaded a WSDL. Uploaded a WSDL. Yeah, so it opened up like this, and also an URL here. An URL here. Okay, so what it says is this is all because of the WSDL file. This is all because of the WSDL file. Whatever the file which we loaded, okay, that WSDL file contains this information. That WSDL file contains this information. Okay, it contains the URL. It contains the URL. Okay, and also it contains some kind of, this is called envelope, SOAP envelope, right? This is I am giving one more term called the structure. The structure or format. Okay, the structure or format associated with this URL. That means for this URL, you have to send input in this format. For this URL, you have to send input in this format. That is what WSDL says. Okay, WSDL says web service description language. Okay, so for one specific URL, in which format you have to send data. That will be defined by the WSDL file. That will be defined by the WSDL file. So if I open the WSDL file in Notepad++, okay, so WSDL file contains mainly, we can think of two things. One is the URL. Second one is the structure. The structure. Sorry guys. So this is the WSDL. Yeah, see here. This is the WSDL file which opened up. Okay, see. See, this is how it looks like. So it contains different sections. See here, this is also looking like an XML. Okay, so it contains something called WSDL types and message and port type and binding. Okay, so and then service and then policy. Okay, so you don't need to be, I mean, you don't need to create this WSDL on your own. Okay, just you need to know what is a WSDL file, what is its functionality, what it mainly contains. Just that much information, guys. Okay, so here WSDL types and then message. This is a port type. Okay, this is, see here what it is written, one way. Okay, so and then the binding. Okay, so this binding and this actually this message tells what is the input structure, how does data to be sent, in which format, what is the structure. Okay, And where is the URL part? So URL part will be there somewhere in the service. See, in the service, you see address. See, this is the URL. This is the URL. Okay. So it tells, usually in simple terms, it tells for this URL, you have to send the data in this format. That's it. Okay. So that you will better understand while uploading this file in the SOAP UI. Once you upload in the SOAP UI, it will show like this. So it contains the SOAP envelope, which contains header and body. In the body, you have to give the input data. Okay. It is a simple WSDL. That's why we got like this. Otherwise, in some cases, there will be some number of fields inside the body. Okay. So in that format only you have to send. Okay. Now let's come back to our SOAP UI. Sorry, it's not SOAP UI. For our iFlow, let's come back to our iFlow. Okay. So if I open the iFlow, let me open it. Which one is our sir? So this is our iFlow. So here SOAP to mail, right? SOAP to mail. Okay. So this is our iFlow. So in the iFlow here we have service definition. Okay, something called service definition. Okay. So now this service definition decides, this service definition tells, okay, what should be the input format, what should be the input format to send to this particular iFlow. So if I put manual here, so it does not, we are not restricting it to any format. Format means the structure. So here, so you can send in any structure. So yesterday we have sent, in previous class we have sent orders, right? Orders 1 XML. So you can send something products, or you can send some invoice data, or you can send any data, because we are not restricting any structure. Okay. So there is one more option, WSDL. If I select the WSDL, then it will ask what is the WSDL file. What is the WSDL file? So you can look up the WSDL file here. So when you add a WSDL file, that means you are telling that, so this is the structure that this iFlow should accept. Okay. If you give WSDL related to orders interface, then only in that format sender should be able to send the data and CPI will receive it. If they send in different format, CPI will not accept. Okay, clear? WSDL file is nothing but it contains the structure. So in which structure you want to send data? Got it, guys? So I will provide one more WSDL also. I will provide one more WSDL also for what we say, for practice purpose. So we can load that WSDL and we can send data in that format. Then we can understand the importance of WSDL here. Okay. So we discussed one more option here, WSDL and manual. So usually in real time, usually we select WSDL. Okay, once we select WSDL, we need a WSDL file. So the WSDL file, who has to provide us? The sender application, they will tell us in this format I will send the data. So they will only provide the WSDL file. So we can just add that WSDL file here. That's it. Okay. So this is about the WSDL. Similarly, there is one more format or file type we need to discuss. That is, what happened? That is XSD. There is something else we need to discuss. That is XSD. XSD, XML schema, XML schema definition. What is XSD? So this is also we need to understand. So maybe the people who are working in PIPO, they know what is XSD, what is WSDL. Okay. So what is XSD? Simply XML schema definition. We know what is XML. Now what is XSD? Okay. Let's see. Okay. What is XSD? Okay. Now let's talk about this file. This is an XML file, right? Everyone agree? This is an XML file. Is this an XML file or not?
Yes, XML file.
So this is an XML file. So now this is something called delivery number. This is a field, right? This is items. This is a node. And the delivery, this is a root node. Okay. So now delivery number has 1, 2, 3, 4 data in it. Okay. So I have question now. So this delivery number field contains always a number, or it can have alphanumerics, or it can have any text, something like this. So which one is acceptable? So what should we give in the delivery number field? How a system generates an XML file which contains a delivery number field, and what kind of data that delivery number field should contain, right?
If the field given is delivery number, you can generate in the form of number. If not, we should use like
Yes.
use alphanumeric.
Yeah, I
We should
understood.
use different name.
Yeah. So it is a
Like
delivery
in
number.
SQL or
So it is a delivery number. Mostly it should contain some number. Okay. That is, as a human being, we'll tell. But system point of view, system needs some kind of what we call kind of set of instructions or something that I should only fill in this. It should contain only number, or it should contain only character or string or whatever. So that will be defined by this XSD file, whatever I'm saying XSD. Okay. XSD is nothing but the definition of XML. Okay. How an XML should look like. How many times this field should come under items. What kind of data it can store. Is it a string data? Is it a numeric data? Or is it a what we say floating data, right? So are characters or what? So it is a date field. So how the date format should be, or is it a date string? Okay, which format? How many times this can occur under items? How many times items node can occur under delivery? Right here, see, under delivery root node we have 3 items, right? This is all defined by that XSD file. XSD file contains all this information. What is the root node? What is the child node? Child node, how many times we can repeat it? Under child node, what fields it should have? Each field, what is the data type for each field? all these details will be there in XSD. Suppose see here. See, this is the example of an XSD file. This is the example of XSD file. You see here, XSD file starts with something called XS schema. Okay, this keep it aside. So here the element orders. The element orders. Okay, so now orders, it is a complex type. It has the sequence of this, and this contains subnode called record. That record is minimum occurs 0, maximum occurs unbounded. That means record can occur any number of times under orders. Orders root node contains n number of records. So minimum occurs 0, maximum occurs unbounded. Okay. So this tells these two decides the occurrence of this particular node. So again, this particular node is a complex type which contains multiple fields in this sequence. Okay. This is the first element. Name, order ID, data type is string. String means it can have number, data, anything, number, letters, anything. String means. Similarly, next customer ID, next employee ID, next order date. So likewise, this XSD file defines or decides how an XML should look like. How an XML should look like. So with respect to this XSD, you see orders looks like this. See, this is the order node. Under that, as we discussed, we can have any number of records. See records, how many records are there? It is because minimum occurs 0, maximum occurs unbounded. Any number of times. Unbounded means any number of times. Okay, 0 means what? Minimum occurs 0 means 0 times record can occur. That means record may not be there under orders, or it can come any number of times. Similarly here, suppose under record, we have something called order ID field. Order ID minimum occurs 0. They have not mentioned maximum occurs here. So what does it mean? If maximum occurs is not mentioned, okay, so it means it takes the default value of 1. Okay, it simply means that this. Okay, so if they mention it, doesn't mention it, it is the same value. Okay, by default it is 1. So what does this mean? What is this mean? So under record node, there is a field called order ID. Order ID maximum it can occurs once. So under record there can be maximum of 1 order ID. Minimum of 0 order IDs means minimum of 0 order ID means what? Under record there won't be field called order ID. Field may appear, may not appear. May appear. If it appears, maximum once. Okay. So this is called, we also call it as cardinality. Cardinality. This particular thing we call as 0, 0 to 1. 0 to 1. What does it mean 0 to 1? Minimum occurs 0, maximum occurs is 1. And also this kind of field we call it as optional field. Optional field. So under record, this field is optional. Optional means it may be there, may not be there. It may be there, may not be there, as per the definition. Suppose I don't mention anything here. Anything here. So what does it mean? If I do not mention anything, it is nothing but, okay, I'll do one thing. So I keep it like this. I'll put this one here. This particular field does not have either minimum occurs, maximum occurs. This field we call it as mandatory field. Occurrence we call as 1 to 1. 1 to 1 occurrence. Minimum occurs 1, maximum occurs 1. This is a mandatory field. That means if there is a node record, there must be the field customer ID. Okay, there must be. It is a mandatory thing. So time time is up, guys. Please rejoin. Please rejoin, everyone. Time is up. Please rejoin. Okay. Please rejoin.